So let's first start by adding photos to your Google Drive from your phone. It's a pretty simple process from an iPhone, and I'm sure that it's also pretty similar on an Android, but you do need to download the Google Drive app to be able to do this. So first thing that we're going to do is hit select so that we could select multiple images, and then we are going to upload these to our Google Drive. So down here is a bottom little button that's a square with an arrow that can upload those files. And in this space, you should find Google Drive. If you don't, if you keep sliding, it allows you to choose other things. So now that I have chosen my account, you'll want to do that if prompted. You'll want to select the folder that it's going to go in. I'm just going to put this in my drive and save here. You could also click other folders if you would like. Then you just hit upload in the top corner and it should upload directly to your drive that you can access on your computer. Another way that you can access your photos is by going to Google Drive itself. Or another way that you can upload your photos is by going to Google Drive itself and hitting the plus button down at the bottom. There's an upload button. You can go to your photos and videos and then choose the photos and videos that you want. They will then upload directly to your Google Drive and you'll have those to access on your computer as well. You can do something similar with Google Photos. You could also email your photos to yourself, and that way you'll have them accessible on your computer. All right, everyone, so now I'm going to show you how to create a process board. So if you go into Drive and click New, you'll have these different options for what you can create your process board in. I like Google Drawings. I think it's very easy to access and to get your different images, which is fantastic. So once you have this set up, you can change the layout of what this looks like. Zooming out, and do you see these lines down in the corner? That allow you to change the way that this looks. It doesn't have to be a shape of a piece of paper. It could be long and narrow. It could be wide and short. It could be a square. That's totally up to you. So the way that you insert your photos in here, the easiest way I think is to insert and then click image. You can upload from your computer if you have these on your computer, but you could also put these from your drive or from photos. So let me show you first how to upload from your computer. So if you click upload and you go to your downloads or wherever you have your photos saved, I have mine in my downloads, so I'm going to upload this one from my computer. Then you can adjust this and rotate it if you need to, just like if you were working in any of the Google programs. You could also insert your image from Google Drive. So earlier I showed you how to insert images into your Google Drive. So here I'm going to pick this one and insert that as my other photo of how I created that flower. And I can make that the same size. These red lines mean that things are aligning with each other. And then let me show you how to insert an image from photos. So if you have your Google Photos set up, this is a great way to get images onto your computer as well. So maybe I wanted to put this one in to show some of my materials. And I can rotate this one as well. I can also format the image and have different adjustments for that, although you really don't need to do those things. Once you have your photos in, you can add text boxes, just like this was a Google slide. It's just you have the ability to then say, all right, well, I'm typing words, but maybe I want it to be just this large, and I need to move this over. There we go. That's my process board right there. So it's pretty simple to work with this. You can then title this your process board. That way you can go ahead and add this to the assignment. Process boards are pretty easy to make in Google Drawings, but you could also make them in Google Slides. So I will show you next how to do that. This is a process board that I made. It is quite a bit past what I'm expecting you to do because it does have my planning process and my in-progress work and my final. These we have broken down to 3 different assignments, so you don't have to put all of these on your process board. Your process board really would just be the part right here. So working around a focal point right in this area here. So that's what I'm expecting, kind of like what this to look like. You might not have as much writing as I did, but there we go. That's what an example could look like. Here's another process board that I made for paper weaving. It does show some of my planning steps, but it shows like step 1, step 2, step 3, and what I could do after or what my next plans are. So this is, again, a very highly designed and inclusive thing from the very beginning planning steps to the very end of what things look like. So this is something that you could do, but again, I'm really focusing on your in-progress steps for your process board. Let me show you what it looks like in Google Slides. So here is my Google Slides process board for my non-traditional basket. Again, this has a lot of steps to it. I'm just looking for at least 3 images. This has quite a bit more. So it starts with my materials, which some of your process boards should have materials, especially if you have a choice of different types of materials. You should post what you are working with. This is the very beginning of the basket, so this was my step 1, and I described my step 1 problems that I had and ways that I solved those problems. And then here was my step 2, and here was my finished product. Your finished product is going to be a completely different assignment, so you don't actually have to add this into your process board, but you can if you want. So that's what it looks like in Google Slides. So you can use Google Slides or you can use Google Drawing, whatever you are more comfortable with. I think Google Drawing is really exciting to work with because you can change the way that the background looks, but some of you might be more comfortable with a Google Slide. So you can use that too.